We kind of had our brainstem melting. Oh my god, and it's just like that. John. Briefly analyzing 3 new bits of information for the monastic experience. I need this because I didn't pay attention to the monastic experience at all.
Hey guys, I recently finished the new Intervallo monastic experience, and I wanted to make a video talking about some of the bits I found interesting.
Bits!
This is gonna be a little all over the place. I'm just gonna jump around to some stuff I found interesting and analyze it a little. But first, I'd like to give my general summarized thoughts on the Intervallo. Overall, I really liked it. Sure, I wanted to get a little more setup for Meursault, but I thought it was interesting to see Dante finally start to get focused on the need to understand his...
I feel like Limbus Company, they're doing this thing now where they barely tell you anything about the character, and it's like the last bit of the thing. Like, they literally spend most of the Intervallo or the Canto at this point talking about all the other characters and talking about the world and all this shit, and at the very end they're like, oh yeah, by the way, here's a new drop about the character.
Thought process. And that ending sets up things very interestingly for the next Canto. Meursault getting arrested and heading to a retrial puts him in a very unique position.
Meursault getting arrested and going to rehab.
I think kind of mirrors the book. Beyond that, it's crazy to think that Kim was a general invitation enemy who got an Intervallo to see his situation post-Ruina, and now a whole nother Intervallo that focuses on his backstory. I honestly really like what they did with him, and
it's like the background characters or the supporting characters are becoming more important than the actual main cast.
Forward to seeing if he ever joins the LCB again or helps them out if the situation requires it. Also, that final moment with his ego was honestly pretty satisfying. But don't worry, I'm not here to give you guys an in-depth review about the Intervallo. I'm here to talk about some of the stuff I found interesting and worth analyzing. So let's start talking about them.
Like the fact that nobody's talking about Ishmael's mom. Where did she go?
First, I'd like to briefly touch upon what
she showed up for 5 seconds and then disappeared.
Said
Ishmael didn't even say like, hello guys, this is my mom, she raised me.
The opening of the Intervallo.
She makes bread, she's got the whole bakery.
And we have another mention of the star, but this one is interesting. She says, and I quote, "You are following your star acceptably," which means that whatever the star is, it's something that can be followed correctly or incorrectly.
It's the North Star.
We had talked about the potential meanings of the star in my previous videos, but this time around, I get the feeling that it represents...
I think I've watched every one of this guy's videos.
Either the expected narrative, fate, or the path that they need to take to fulfill their objectives.
Let's hope it's not Destiny 2 or it's gonna end before we fucking even know it. Fucking, you get what I'm talking about?
It's like a North Star that he's following. Acceptably does not mean perfectly. It makes it sound like there were some missteps along the way. But what exactly were these missteps? And again, what is the star exactly?
I wouldn't mind if Miss Valenciaga Radia would step on me. Fucking that's good, dude.
Damien says, people of this star, when talking to Dante once. That makes it sound like a physical thing or a place, like referring to this specific universe. But again, if we are talking about a narrative, a story to be followed, then maybe it makes more sense. People of this star means people of this story. And following the star...
That's another thing that I realized I should have said yesterday when I was watching that Alden Fowler. By the way, Crit is here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the exterminator here for Mr. CLAYMANYO. No, please, do not exterminate me. Do not.
Killer fish.
No consent. There's only 2 things in Clay, Schizo and Goon. The thing about having to tell a story through a live service is everybody is speculating about this game and everybody has their own theories. It's going to get to the point where, like, if people guess the ending, then Kim Ji-hoon could just be like, oh shit, I guess we can't do that then. And then just change the fucking story. And it'll just become a like a nonsense, like it'll become like a bowl of spaghetti, and you never know where the noodle's gonna end. You know what I'm fucking saying?
Killer fish.
It means following the story within its required parameters to reach the desired conclusion. I don't know, I thought it was interesting and worth bringing up. It's interesting to have Faust mentioning the star again, which is something that she hasn't talked about.
Why did XK just send me a picture? Is this supposed to be Aldous? He just sent me a picture, I guess it's supposed to be Aldous, with like comically inflated boobs. Okay, all right, okay.
Beginning of the game. And also, she talks about the aspect again. So
Changing the ending just because people guessed it is stupid. Well, August just said that's what Gravity Falls did.
I think we're getting close to something. Continuing the story, I wanted to highlight this bit Meursault.
That's what happened to George R.R. Martin. Like he literally like told the showrunners how his story was going to end, and then they ended the story before he could. And now he's like, well, why do I even need to finish these books then? Who gives a shit?
Yes. There's more to the sunlight than its warmth. It is the exact same thing that he says in the Arknights collab. And I wanted to say that I appreciate Kim Ji-hoon bringing it back and putting it into the main story. So this time, it won't be buried beneath an event that we can't access anymore.
Fucking waste of time. That collab was terrible.
Later, he says, there is no such thing as an objective point of view. It's interesting he would say this, because Meursault is not someone who always goes out of his way to...
That's such a dumb thing to say, because it's just like, what about murder? Like, everybody agrees that murder is bad because you can't undo it, and there are innocent people who don't deserve to die. So, like, murder is, like, objectively bad. I guess if you want to say, like, well, what if you're murdering a bad person? But, like, you can't just say that a murder is objectively bad. Shit. You know what? There is no objective truth.
Put his feelings front and center. Or someone who would believe that sometimes...
I'm on Meursault's side.
Emotions can eclipse facts and logic. Yet, we have had moments where he expresses himself in some ways. But to hear him say this, when he's someone so well-learned in many things...
How about this? Oxygen is objectively good. There's no problem with that, right? Well, actually, no. What if you have, like, a high concentration of oxygen? It could, like, cause it, like, and then you spark a flame or something and then it explodes. That could happen, right? So I'm on Meursault's side.
Who requires specific instructions to do as told, who will answer a question with the utmost level of certainty. But
when my chat keeps talking about Cho being alive, so I low-key have to lock them in the basement again. Cho is alive. He's not dead.
Up by data. Well,
it's a zombie king. You cannot go get milk. The entire fridge is crammed full of milk. There's no reason to leave. You do not leave.
One has to wonder if he's simply holding back his real emotions and thoughts. He then says, and I quote again, "A given judgment may seem infinitely close to objectivity, but ultimately, all things are subjective, without exception." I wonder if this is a reference to the fact that, in the book, and maybe in his story, he was tried unfairly, not based on proof.
I don't think it was unfairly. He was an autistic psychopath. To them, he was just a psychopath. Like, he didn't have to shoot the guy 5 times, and he didn't lie. He could have lied and got out of it. So he had plenty of opportunities to get out of it, and he just sat there like a log and just got thrown in jail.
But based on biased opinions of the type of person
you didn't get the strawberry milk, I'll go get the syrup later, and you can make it strawberry, okay?
Was and what he deserved. The intervallo then continues, and we learn a little bit about S Corp and Q Corp, which is nice. I think it's pretty dope that we get an explanation as to
pretty dope
the blindfolds that the Index wears. But then, in the intervallo, we get one of the most interesting conversations. The one about the so-called gut feelings. The way that they talk about it, it's almost like they're...
Oh, gut feelings. Like when Valenciaga Radian punches me in the stomach.
Directly referring to the idea of the flow and being able to sense it.
Yeah. When I get on the microphone, I flow. You know what I'm fucking saying, yo?
What's weird is that Faust doesn't really bring it up at all, despite the fact that she technically knows about it. But again, this whole precognition thing, it just reminds me of this overall theory I've spoken of, where the city is the narrative. And the narrative...
They were trialing him for not crying at his mother's funeral, though. I get, you know what? I guess it is unfair. And nowadays, you'd have somebody go, objection, unrelated. And then the judge would go, objection sustained, or I'll allow it. But back in the day, they were just like, let's fry this dirt ball.
It's already written for everyone, since the citizens...
In other news, I pulled the old Wii out of storage. This fucking Zombie King's about to be playing No More Heroes and having a fucking blast, dude. You got Mad World? You got Mad World on that thing? Oh, do you have what's it called? I have it right here. Oh, wait, what is it? Knights? What's that weird like Sonic spin-off game called Knights? I have that shit. Oh, fucking, you got Wreck-It Ralph on Wii? Zombie King's about to be playing No More Heroes and having a fucking blast, dude. You got Mad World? You got Mad World on that thing? Oh, do you have what's it called? I have it right here. Oh, wait, what is it? Knights? What's that weird like Sonic spin-off game called Knights? I have that shit. Fucking, you got Wreck-It Ralph on Wii? What? Why is my headphone cord was stuck under my chair? All right, let's get back to the video.
Scripts tell people what to do because the story is written, so their futures are written as well. Could some of the city's people, in this case the characters, have the ability to tell the future? To just know how the story will play out?
What about certain Sinclair? He came back from the past. That's time travel.
Innately?
He knows everything.
Even if they aren't aware that's what's happening? I also find it interesting how Heathcliff's boss...
The Wii was so unbelievably bad, but I loved. How could you? What are you talking about? Twilight Sword, dude, or what's it called? Yeah, not Twilight Princess and fuck Skyward Sword, dude.
Would say he'd hear it, that he would hear the gears turning.
Clay died. What happened? Am I lagging again? Don't say that. Don't trick me.
It's usually an expression used to reflect
back from the past. What does that mean?
The thought being processed. When someone is thinking of something, making it up in their head, you say that their gears are turning, as in
gears. T-Corp. The fuck.
Brain is functioning. It's almost as if in a fourth wall break, Heathcliff's boss was able to hear the writing of the narrative. Almost like being able to hear the author coming up with a conflict. So, again, whether this is the flow or something else entirely...
Guilty Gear? Gears like Metal Gear.
It's introducing the idea...
You hung yourself with the headphones. What the fuck?
People within the city being able to feel the future events that are coming. Almost as if they are pre-written. Faust chalks it up to...
This just in, local streamer Claymantics was found hung by his own headphone cable.
Experience-based recognition. And mentions...
He said he couldn't take it anymore. He just could not take it anymore. Back to you, Susan.
Heathcliff developing this sense. Maybe I'm definitely looking too deep into it, but I don't know, it's still interesting. What exactly is the difference between this and something like Virgilius knowing what he had to do?
Virgilius.
And then...
It's Virgilius.
Starting to go against the flow by fighting the wild hunt. Anyway, that's pretty much all I had to talk about, really. It's a short...
The theories for Limbus Company are becoming so meta that it reminds me of Twin Peaks, how like... Twin Peaks is one of those shows that for like 40 years people have been watching and being like, oh my god, what does all of it mean? What does David Lynch mean? And the entire show is literally just an allegory for, like, it's just the show is literally just a bunch of characters who know they're in a TV show, and it's just a meta commentary on like soap operas and dramas and how things just need to happen so that there's a narrative and there's a story, and there really isn't any deeper meaning other than just watching David Lynch's interviews, because he just tells you exactly what everything means. Like, you watch David Lynch's interviews and he tells you like why he's obsessed with electricity and the waves and all that shit, and then you're like, oh, it's because it's a fucking TV show. Like, they're all just like, it's all just electricity going through the wires into our TV, and that's why everything's all fucked up. That's why the characters disappear into TVs and socket outlets, and why they keep talking about electricity is because if there wasn't electricity, there'd be no show. And why there has to be a mystery, because if there's no mystery, there's no show. That's what the mystery is. And it's like, oh, that's meta as dude. That's meta as like and subscribe to Mr. Frankencap. I look at proof that I did. I just liked it. I've already been subscribed. That's how much of a fan I am. He has nice breadsticks. What the fuck?